Top 6 Shark Tank deals that failed miserably. Hey there YouTube, tell me something, have you ever wondered what happened to the companies and products that were able to successfully land deals on Shark Tank? And no, I'm not talking about companies like Scrub Daddy, which is such a huge hit, we all know what happened to that. I'm talking about those that just fell under the radar right after appearing on the show. I'm pretty certain that you, like me, do not believe that everything the sharks touch turns to gold. Some of them have to be complete duds, right? Well, in other words, I wanted to know what happened to the deals that failed. Well, I asked myself that question and ended up looking back at the episodes and started tracking these people down to complete a list for you guys because, let's face it, all of you love a good list. Some of you also really like a good Shark Tank. Others really like a good failing. If you think about it, we're all kinda sick, actually. What's that? You want to hit the subscribe button right now? Well, I probably won't stop you. Click the bell icon while you're at it, I would love it so much. Number 6. The Body Jack. Avid viewers of the tank know who Jack Barringer is, better known as Cactus Jack, inventor of the exercise equipment known as the Body Jack. He was a very jolly and likable fellow that came into Shark Tank with the one thing you wouldn't even think to associate him with, purely based on, well, how he looked. Oh, come on, guys, that's just rude. Come on. But I will admit he had a pretty sweet-looking daughter. Nonetheless, he was able to make a successful pitch at Shark Tank, but not without difficulties, of course. As an additional condition for the investment of $180,000 in his company, Barbara Corcoran stipulated that for the deal to push through, Cactus Jack had to shed 30 pounds or more. Okay, I get where she was going with this, but come on. But then again, who would buy exercise equipment from a fat guy? It's like buying hair care products from Mr. Clean. Either way though, Barrington accepted the deal and went off to shed a few pounds. After a few weeks, an update on the deal was aired on the show, showing Corcoran and Kevin Harrington, who agreed with her to put up half of the investment, checking to see if Barrington lived up to his end of the deal and lose the weight, even bringing a scale. In short, the required amount of weight was lost and all parties signed into a deal. The episode update even told viewers about plans on producing an infomercial for the Body Jack. Everybody involved in the deal looked genuinely happy. However, unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Without any given reason, the company just seemed to vanish into thin air without any explanation. Corcoran, when asked about what happened, just says that it was possibly her worst investment in the show. For me, this deal had red alerts written all over it. An exercise machine designed by a man that needed to lose a lot of weight looks doomed from the beginning. Number 5. HighCon. This is one example of a good idea and a good product going nowhere after appearing in the show and making a deal. Jeff Stroop, a lifelong fireman, was alarmed by the fact that it takes 30 seconds to attach a standard fireman's hose to a fire hydrant. I'm no fireman, but somehow I understand that any delay in bringing water to a house on fire may mean the difference between life and death. With this idea in mind though, Stroop spent years developing the HighCon, a device that allows fire hoses to be attached to hydrants in 3 seconds flat. Now, initially the sharks were pretty uninterested with the product, stating that the potential market was too small. The potential market that is human life? Hang your head, O'Leary. However, when Stroop fished a prototype of a HighCon for home use from his pocket, let's just say the sharks did a complete 180. Two sharks were battling tooth and nail over Stroop, Cuban and O'Leary. Cuban ended up getting the upper hand with his deal of $1.25 million for 100% of the company, a 3-year employment deal for Stroop worth $100,000 per year, and 7.5% in royalties for every HighCon unit sold. Now, fast forward to 2018, it seems that nothing happened with the company. According to Stroop's Facebook account, the deal with Cuban fell through. When the time did come to sign the deal, Cuban modified the original stipulations that they discussed while cameras were rolling. Cuban now wants to license out the product, which doesn't make a bit of sense considering that part of the deal was for Stroop to manage the company. Needless to say, no agreement was signed, and in the end, HighCon wasn't able to succeed on its own, judging by its Facebook account, which has not been updated for 3 years now. It seems that Cuban lived up to his namesake on this deal, a shark. To be honest, that's just kind of a sad deal considering that could be a very precious item in saving people's lives. Number 4. Toy Guru. Now, it's very rare for the sharks to spot a great idea for a business right off the bat. This was one of those rare instances. When Nikki Pope, cool name by the way, walked into Shark Tank with her business called Toy Guru, which he described was the Netflix of toys, the sharks clearly saw that she was up to something, with only Daymond John not giving an offer. To tell you the truth, even I thought it was a legitimately good idea as well. Also, I just really like Toy Guru as a name. The business model was very simple. For a monthly subscription fee, the company will send its subscribers a box of toys. Kinda like Loot Box, but, well, more toddler-based. When the kids get tired of the toys, the subscribers then just send them back and wait for a new box of toys. The concept was very revolutionary, and both Cuban and O'Leary ended up partnering with each other to purchase 35% of the company for $200,000. So, where are they now? Well, it seems they're no longer in operation. 2 years ago, Pope indicated in their website that they will not be accepting new subscribers due to explosive growth. Furthermore, the website domain name has now been sold off, which means that the company no longer operates. Their last Twitter post was also dated July of 2014. Toy Guru really did show a lot of promise, and this only goes to show that being funded by the sharks of Shark Tank is not a surefire way for a business to be successful. Which was too bad, really. I was definitely rooting for this one. Number 3. You smell soap. Do I smell soap? No, you smell soap. But better question, why smell soap? I think Kevin O'Leary summed it up perfectly when he said, "It's a bar of soap, and it's not gold bars." Plenty of people were surprised, including me, with the battle of offers that happened in this episode of Shark Tank. It's called You Smell Soap. I mean, it's a bar of soap, nothing special about it. But the sharks thought very differently, especially the men. Probably because the women who pitched the company were insanely hot? I don't know, let's be perfectly honest here, they're kinda shallow in this show. Beautifully blonde Megan Cummins walked into the Shark Tank looking for a $55,000 investment in exchange for 20% of her company, You Smell Soap. Although she did admit to having not sold any bars yet, her presentation seemed to have impressed most of the sharks, and in the end, she accepted Robert that guy, offer of $55,000 for 20% plus another $50,000 for Megan as her salary. After the show aired, nothing seemed to happen regarding the deal, and there were two sides to the reason why. Cummins herself claimed that Robert never contacted her after the show, and although trying to get in touch with him for 6 months, she only got to talk to her assistant. Robert, on the other hand, said that he adjusted her offer to $50,000 for 50%, which Cummins did not agree to. Eventually, Cummins partnered up with an outside investor, in which turn she sold the company, officially closing in 2014. And what of the blonde bombshell? Well, Cummins started a new business called Sparkle Pop, which seems to be gaining traction. Good for you. Number 2. The Show No Towel. Now, not all of the items on this list are complete failures. Some had a good run for a few years before folding. Get it? Because it's a towel? Okay, I'm sorry. Either way, this is an example of one of them. Shelley Eller came into Shark Tank with her 2 kids to present her company and product, the Show No Towel. It's basically a towel and a poncho rolled into one. In other words, it's a towel with a slit in the middle where you can put your head through. Its purpose was so that kids can change in public after a swim in privacy. Think about it this way, a portable changing room that you can use in public pools and water parks. It's a simple product that addressed a very simple need. After a very emotional and heartfelt pitch, 3 sharks made her an offer. Initially only expecting $25,000 in guidance, she ended up with a $75,000 investment with Greiner. After this initial investment, they gained moderate success, appearing on various TV shows and the towels appearing on water parks across the United States. How it all came to an end was undisclosed though. What we do know is that after 6 years of being in operation, Eller finally decided to close down the company. In her blog post in 2015, she hinted on a few things that we can speculate on about what actually happened. She wrote in her blog, "I once cursed my shark partner for kicking me to the curb, but now I thank her. She taught me so much more than she thought she did, and none of it was about business." By further reading the blog post, I can assume that Greiner left her shortly after the Shark Tank deal, with Eller writing that she had to outsource manufacturing from China and she didn't know how it ended up such a disaster. It seems that Eller made a bad choice back when she was in Shark Tank. What should have been a good example of girl power turned out to be a dud. Maybe if she went with another shark, maybe she wouldn't have thrown in the towel early. Either way, sharks are jerks. Number 1. Sweet balls. Nope, I'm an adult. I'm not going to speak on that one. Like what happened with Toy Guru, the sharks were chomping at the bit to get into a piece of the pie on this one. Or is it the ball in this case? Sweet Balls is the brainchild of Cole Egger and James McDonald. Sweet Balls are basically cake pops but without the stick. So, a donut hole? Is that just a donut hole? Does that count as a donut hole? Well, either way, it was packaged very nicely. What made the company so attractive was the fact that the duo were able to get their product into 7-Eleven and have already done $700,000 in sales in just 90 days. Naturally, all the sharks wanted in, which is rarely seen in the show. In the end, Edgar and McDonald accepted Cuban and Corcoran's offer of $250,000 for 25% equity. The ball was in their court, and they sunk it. God, I hate my jokes. Now, unlike most items in this list wherein the reason for the failure is not really disclosed or allegedly being caused by the sharks themselves, this is one instant when the guys who started it all became the downfall. Now, funnily enough, McDonald sued Edgar shortly after appearing on the show for breach of contract nonetheless. The two had an argument that caused McDonald to leave the company, leaving Edgar fully in charge. Now, whatever happened to the deal with the duo made with the sharks? Well, no one knows really. All we really know is that, according to my sources, sweet balls can no longer be seen in any 7-Eleven. Too bad, a deal that could have been so sweet left a bitter taste in the mouths of everyone involved when we could have just had a ball. Oh, why do I do this to myself? And that was our video. Thank you for watching Top 6 Shark Tank deals that failed absolutely miserably. Be sure to hit like if you liked the video and hit share to spread the word to your friends. Also hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. And believe me, we upload new and interesting videos all the time. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.